Well, the next scene where you get some John Connerys is in the cemetery, where they visit Sarah Connor's grave. Okay, it's a fine bit of dialogue, but there were two things that I felt were left out. The noise of the Terminator messing with a bunch of weapons. Taking it out, that makes your movie nice and clean, but the sounds in the background, it's got that feeling of, you know, loneliness in a full room. Everything's flat and warm.
The world didn't end.
Really, everything Nick Stahl's doing here is good work. So let's make it a Terminator movie now. Cold and dark. But the real addition here is the music. First off, this quote goes way back, so pop in some Terminator music.
Why did you bring me here?
But not just some Terminator music. The Terminator theme toned down into this like Spanish guitar riff. You know, it cuts out a little bit when Schwarzenegger pulls the casket out and then he goes back to monologuing.
I'm sorry.
And her theme comes back.
Long enough to make sure.
Make sure?
The world didn't end.
And right here is where I think there was some invested writing actually occurring probably very early on. So you remember that alternate ending with the weird old lady Linda Hamilton? So the whole time she's talking into this tape recorder. Let's hear what she has to say in James Cameron's original script for Terminator 2.
I wanted to run through the street yelling, to grab them all and say, every day from this day on is a gift. Use it well.
Okay, now what you got?
Every day after this one is a gift. She told me we made it, we're free. But I never really believed that. I guess she didn't either.
Kate Brewster has seen this guy punch through a marble slab and catch a bullet in his face. She's starting to figure it out. She escapes. They throw in some kind of a tear gas or something. This is another important part. Originally, we got John Connor really doubting himself. No leader, it never was.
I'm never gonna...
Terminator strangles him. Says, yeah, maybe you're right.
Wasting my time.
Gets mad in the middle of the scene. Cusses him out, drops him.
Better.
And then it's a joke. It wasn't character development, it was a joke.
Basic psychology is among my subroutines.
Somebody just wanted to use the word subroutines, I think. So my thinking is keep him in the loser headspace, the depressed, weak John Connor. So he does his doubting, and then Schwarzenegger grabs him, and you don't know what happens. The next thing you see is him walking out of there with the casket. A little bit more suspense.
Me, I'm no leader, I never was. I'm never gonna...
And we're gonna let that hang for a minute. Weirdest missed opportunity in this movie is when they go and they pick up Kate Brewster. I don't get this, and there's no way to fix it. It's finally the moment when she realizes these are the good guys and they can help her, and John Connor is there to save her. And what does he say?
Live, come on!
Do you wanna live? Come on? I don't get it. The line is,
Come with me if you want to live.
Come with me if you want to live.
Come with me if you want to lift.
if I had Nick Stahl's phone number, I'd call him up and I'd say, Nick, find a microphone, just yell, come with me if you want to live, send me that file, and I'll pop it into this movie. Damn it. Whatever. All right, take out a few more jokes, few more jokes. John Connor taking out more jokes with John Connor. Anyway, this is my second favorite thing that I cut. Now, the context of the scene is John Connor wants to try and stop Judgment Day. Terminator doesn't want to try, so he pulls a gun on himself and says, I'll do it if you don't try to save the world with me. So here's how it goes down in Hollywood's version.
It doesn't have to be a war. We can stop it.
There's insufficient time.
Want any part of it, I never did.
Based on your pupil dilation, skin temperature, and motor functions, I calculate an 83% probability that you will not pull that trigger.
That means he won't pull the trigger because he's weak. Okay, let's pretend right now for a moment that we care about John Connor's struggle. 3 little things I did just to add a little bit more intensity to the scene. One of those was adding the Terminator 2 score to the background.
No, you can't. I can do whatever the hell I want. I'm a human being. I'm not some goddamn robot.
I added a little bit of a push. It helps a little bit. Hold on her face. That's a what? The world's gonna end face? This is right after she realizes there's gonna be a nuclear war in a few minutes. And I just added this slight echo to John Connor yelling, the kind of echo you get when you're outside, just to make his desperation resonate more.
After the nuclear war, you both will leave.
Nuclear war?
It doesn't have to be a war!
There's insufficient time. The first launch sequences will be initiated at 6.
But what if deep down inside, John Connor actually is everything that we want him to be, and this is one of his most serious moments?
Based on your pupil dilation, skin temperature, and motor functions, I calculate an 83% probability that you will pull that trigger.
So now he's serious! He's really gonna do it! And then I slipped in some dialogue from some other scenes. We'll see what those might be.
That you will pull that trigger. My mission is to protect you. You must live.
He's for real. He is willing to kill himself to save the world. That's a hero. And then slipping in this line about, my mission is to protect you, you must live. Okay. He said that at the beginning of the movie. Now he said it again. Okay. So we're getting into John Connor's head here. Here's another scene that I had to do some weird stuff to. First off, originally,
Look,
I don't know.
none of this is gonna happen.
So this scene, it just starts off with him being like, hey, look, we're gonna be fine, we're not gonna die, we're gonna save the world. And then she's like, hey, you know, that was the first time I ever kissed a guy. And then he's like, awesome, let's smile, we're falling in love. And then the Terminator makes a jokey joke.
Relieves tension and the fear of death.
And then it just, you know, yeah. So it's pretty simple. There's only really three parts to the scene. There's the joke, them liking each other, and there's him saying, none of this is gonna happen. So you take out the joke, and then I just swap these two. Absorb, shall we?
You know, my Kripke's basement. That was the first time I ever kissed a guy.
Really? Look, none of this is gonna happen. Okay, we get to your dad, we get him to pull the plug on Skynet, the bombs won't fall.
What's cool about this scene is she's accepting the fate. He still thinks he can save the world, so he's saying, look, don't worry about it, because the world's not gonna end. Then there's this bit where Kate Brewster picks up a gun, shoots a hunter-killer, and originally, she shoots the thing, John gives her a look.
You remind me of my mother.
That's a weird thing to say, dude. So you get rid of that line, with focus on the expressions in their faces, and throw a little bit of Sarah Connor music back in there.
What?
Nothing.
She's the new Sarah Connor. They just weren't establishing it, really.
Die, you bitch!
I like her. Terminator has been reprogrammed by the bad guy to kill John Connor. Well, first, let's see how the pros do it. He knows he's screwed, so he tries to talk him out of it, and here's how the scene ends.
You are about to fail that mission.
I cannot.
You know what you have to do. I have to live.
So basically, John Connor talks him out of it. But what can he do in this scene? Well, remember in the cemetery scene where John Connor was freaking out?
Fuck you, you fucking machine.
So you take some of that, you hold off on it till the end of the movie. I took out all the stuff about you're about to fail that mission. Instead, he goes for the final punch. He just says, that's it, I'm done. I ain't letting a robot push me around.
Fuck you, you fucking machine. You know my destiny. I have to live.
He's pretty sure he's about to die because he hasn't missed him once. None of that nonsense. He's just about to kill him. And what he says is, fuck you, you fucking machine. I have to live. That line means you don't matter, I matter, I'm gonna save the world, it's my destiny, and that the Terminator doesn't matter. So he convinces him of that, not just you're about to fail your mission. And that's it. That's John Connor's journey. His arc is complete now. Nearly, we still have one more thing to do. Okay, happy to see the Terminator, gets his leg ripped up by the bad guy, and then here's another scene, just lit like a Walmart, and then the thing that has always bothered me about this scene is he goes in there with a bomb that he explains it's enough C4 to, I don't know, level Manhattan or something. Let's see, if this is all in real time. All right, he arms it, and then turns it off right here. It's almost 4 minutes of him realizing that he's in the wrong place with a bomb in his hand that's about to go off. Ugh. So really only 2 changes to this. Instead of him just knocking over a computer monitor, I don't have footage of him smashing more stuff, but I got lots of sound effects. That's from a shot later on in the movie where he looks down at the bomb and still doesn't disarm it, and he looks up at Kate. I took that and ran it backwards and threw that in there after his freak out with a little bit more sound effects.
There's nothing here!
And now his journey is complete. And then just to remind you that this is John Connor's movie, during the credits we bring back the Guns N' Roses. So now you know how Nick Stahl was actually a pretty decent John Connor, and Terminator 3 maybe could have been a bit better addition. So tune in next time for the last time that I'm going to talk about Terminator 3. I'm going to get into just the light little touches I did to make this solid, finalized fan edit. Yes, I have done it.